Wow. Cool. All right. So this is AHTV and Friends Monday night for most, Monday morning for some. Actually, like Monday morning in Australia too. So good evening, everybody. We got a few topics we'll discuss tonight. I got some good peeps with me tonight. Get some good friends from. It's actually an all U.S. episode tonight. Actually, an all American episode, because it's just the way it happened. Usually I mix it up and throw people in from all over the world, but kept it close to home this evening. Actually, you know what? They're all on the East Coast too, to be on top of everything else. Rough, well, with the exception of Chris, but he's close enough. We're all in the same time zone.
There you go.
Yeah. So what's up, Neil and Poshizi and everybody else is going to be popping in the chat room. We're streaming live on Facebook, Periscope, and Twitch, and all that other good stuff. Just so you know, not so much on Twitch and Periscope much longer. We're going to just go back to YouTube and Facebook and leave it at that. Maybe even just go straight back to YouTube. Who knows? And eventually, once we get like a Patreon, we might even throw some exclusive shows and stuff like that on there. But not until the next season comes. So anyway, check out AmericanHammers.net. You can buy one of these cool shirts. We've actually sold a couple of these to people in the UK, which is kind of cool too. So parental warning, West Ham supporter. Good stuff. And yeah, we have a couple good shows coming up this week as well. Tomorrow it's Hammer the Point with Ray Borum and his PowerPoints, which I love. Wednesday we got our two shows. We got Hammer Shots with it's actually going to be me versus Lee, which is going to be interesting. So check in on that one. I'll be pissed if I lose to Lee. I'm telling you, but he's a smart cookie. And then there's no West Ham Wednesday night because Lee's obviously doing the Hammer Shots. So you got permission from the wife to do the earlier show, so she can put the kids to bed. Anyway, Thursday, hammer it out with Rebecca and Katie. So that should be another awesome episode because they're doing them every other Thursday. They're due to do one this Thursday. And then Friday, I'd like to get Allie back hosting another show because this last Friday, I thought it was fucking great. That was a good show. You know, we had some good people. We had Nikki Marsh and Irish Tommy and somebody else in this room. Lucas.
What is this? Lucas's fifth show in a row now?
Listen, Lucas did like
fire
all week last week, pretty much. It was great because we haven't had him in a while.
Iron Man streak going on right now.
Seriously. So Kieran's in the chat. He didn't make it out so lucky in the Hammer Shots this last Wednesday, but good to see you, Kieran. Maybe next time. And that's about it. All right. So the first topic of the evening. Actually, I have to discuss Curry Hour. So we were hijacked on Saturday night by Charlie Walsh from Hammer's Chat, and he's a good friend of the show. Hosts the shows, been a guest many times, all that good stuff. And Jazz, good friend of mine, met him, great dude. And I came in the end and pretty much asked everybody, hey, if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a comment, like it or whatever. And we got 22 likes, which is, I don't think we've really broken 20 likes on an episode on YouTube anyway, that often, if at all. And there was 2 dislikes, which were probably Gio and Gonzo from Hammer's Chat because they're, Tom Atherton and Becky and everybody from Hammer's Chat were all, came over on our channel. But it was great. I loved it. I think everybody else loved it. So keep the petition going. Let's try to get them to do another episode on Saturday, or even bi-weekly or something. If you guys like it, we'll bring them back. Maybe they can talk more food next time. It was good stuff. All right, so the first actual topic of the evening, everybody, and please, if you're in the chat room, talk along with us. We'll do some Hammers polls later too, so you can play along. We'll go clockwise here, okay, guys? And then once we go to the next topic, we'll go counterclockwise and vice versa. Blah 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 blah. All right, so Fredericks, Yarmolenko, and Jack Wilshere, all 3 were injured before the COVID shit hit the fan. But yet they're all 3 of them are in full training. They are running their asses off. They're doing their thing, and they're all healthy. So, what are your thoughts? Who would you like to see most actually get some minutes, let alone start? Don't have to say who's going to start or not, but if you want one of them to start, say it. But who do you want to see get some playing time? Start with you, Marc.
Yeah, for me, it's Yarmolenko, and it's kind of not really close for me. I think Yarmo is a starting caliber player on West Ham. And I think that people forget there was a stretch where Yarmo scored like every goddamn game.
Yeah.
I mean, he was unstoppable. We would have been getting blown out 6-0 instead of 6-1 or 6-2 every game. So for me, I think Yarmo's got to be getting those minutes. I wouldn't hate to see him in the starting lineup. I really like him. I think he's got great pace, and I mean he's a really effective player when he's on the pitch.
I agree with you. I actually do. And the game that I came down to Philly to visit, he smashed one of the goals, and it was just like he smashed it, left corner pocket, man. It was fucking beautiful, dude. He's that type of guy where he's a striker by heart. I mean, by trade. Like that's what he is. That's what he should be. And if played in the right position, I mean, he's effective as a winger too, but I think he's most effective as a striker. So, but yes, I would love to see him get minutes. I really would. I'd love to see him and Wilshere get minutes because how I feel about Fredericks. But we'll go on to Chris. Chris, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really disagree. Yarmolenko by far is the best of the three and deserves the minute. If you had to choose between the three of them, Yarmolenko hands down. Wilshere, I just don't know. I mean, he could run out there 5 minutes and get injured. We don't know anything about him, like if he's going to be good to go or not. Fredericks is just too inconsistent for me. He doesn't offer much anyway. With this whole kind of restart, everyone's been we've been given the advantage of now we have a fully fit squad. First time probably this entire season. But of course, adversely, it also helps everyone else. But it's going to be interesting to see. But for me, Yarmolenko, hands down.
Cool. I agree. Not that I swing that way, which I don't, but watching these most recent videos, looking at Wilshere's legs, have you seen those? It looks like Antonio's legs. Right. I mean, it looks like he's gained some. He's been doing a lot of squats and deadlifts and stuff like that. He's been working on that, I guess. You look massive, but anyway, Lucas, take it away, please.
The easy answer is Yarmolenko, but I would be lying if I wasn't curious to see Jack Wilshere back, given a chance if he doesn't hurt himself again for like the 8th time. But Yarmolenko is the easy answer because he fits in our squad so much better. Well, I mean, Frederick fits in there just because he's a starter, but I want to see Yarmolenko again. I love watching him play. Like Marc said, he seems that one period of time he was just scoring almost every other game.
Yeah. I
always think back to the Man United game where he was playing so good around then. But I would have to go Yarmolenko. But like you said, Jack Wilshere's legs are jacked right now.
Yeah, looks like he's been actually taking care of himself and actually working on building some strength there, and hopefully, that'll help him out. So he doesn't. So he's not as frail, I guess, in that area.
If it sounds like I'm saying Jack Wilshere, it is. I don't call him Jack Wilshere.
Costia, what's up, man? What do you say?
Come on, Lucas. He threw me off there. You know what? So one of the reasons I'm upset about Jeremy and Ngakia not being a Hammer anymore, according to reports, like he's not going to play for us again. And one of the reasons we talked about it so much on the show I did with Lucas a couple weekends ago, where we pretty much talked about him almost the whole time, is that I don't think Ryan Fredericks is a Premier League fullback. So it's definitely not him. I don't think he can cross. I don't think he has defensive positional awareness. I just think he's a track star, and yeah, he's really fast, but so is Antonio, and we don't play him at right back. So it's not him. Yarmolenko, I think, is the easy answer. Like Lucas said, to me, Yarmolenko can be one-dimensional, is a little slow. I'd rather see him as a striker off Haller than on the wing. But far and away, the guy that I want to see and that I'm hopeful for, I shouldn't, but it's very much like rooting for West Ham in general. You know, you get your hopes in something that you shouldn't, and you have expectations for something that you shouldn't. But I'm thinking that one of the few silver linings from the COVID timeout could be that Jack Wilshere has had a lot of time to recover and get his body right and train, which he would not during the season. So maybe he'll play. He's technically still in his prime. Sometimes I'm in my head, I think he's 30 or 31. He's actually 28. So at his best, he's a world-class player. So that's, you know, knock on wood, the person I want to see the most.
I swear he's been in the Prem for 25 years.
It feels like it.
I think he got his first start at 16, didn't he?
It was like 07, 08 or 08, 09 or something like that, right?
First minutes.
Something a long time ago. Yeah. So fuck it. I'm not going to get into it tonight. I'm going to try to keep away from the rants this evening. My blood pressure is through the roof, and I really don't want to, add to that. So I'll just keep drinking my Red Bull and smoking my cigarettes. But besides that, yeah, what is it?
That'll get
Fredericks,
you
yeah.
that.
I'll leave it out of it. I'm not going to get into Fredericks, but it's been said. Thank you guys for saying it for me. And, I appreciate it. So anyway, we've been linked with a million players again. We were consistently being linked. I love these because they don't really go anywhere, but we might as well discuss it because this guy I never even heard of. And it's the first time that I think we've actually been linked with this dude from Udinese or something like that out of Italy. He's a midfielder worth 17 million. Secco Fofana, something like that. I guess we're like, really heavily linked with him. That's at least what the internet says. So anybody ever heard of this guy? Let's start with Costia and go back. You just do a quick, no, that's fine. I don't care.
No. It kind of sucks that I'm the first one in the roll of the dice here because normally I'm behind the scenes on the Wikipedia and stuff. He's born in Paris. He actually played for Manchester City when he was younger. He's only a 75 on FIFA, which is pretty discouraging for Lucas and I. Honestly, I think we're going to be linked with a ton of players in France, Italy, stuff like that. So this is just another one on the list. I don't see the X saying anything about it. So until I see that, I don't believe the link. I think it's just a paper talk.
Well, our resident scout in the chat room, Foshizi, does say that he's a good defensive midfielder, and yet he would not sign him because, well, we've got Souček, who's much better. So trust.
Is he box to box? Is he fast, or is he a plonker like Souček?
Does he have
I
great
think
hair?
that makes the difference. If they're the same type of player, then keep Souček.
Yeah.
We're lacking some hair depth in the midfield. We could use him if he has it.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? In 17 mil, I don't know. We've been linked with a lot of other players, which we'll get to in a little bit too, that are worth a lot more than that. So 17 mil seems to be more in the GSB price range, or sounds more like would be more apt to be able to sign someone like this. I don't know, Lucas. What do you think?
God's honest truth. I have no idea who the guy is.
I didn't either.
But
do a lot of research, I guess.
I feel like midfield should be like one of the last positions we should be looking for until we get rid of some people. I think we have just way too many midfielders right now.
Yeah.
Like that. The last show we were talking about the striker depth with like Hugel coming back and like how he'd have to work his way up and who he's behind. But my God, like midfield, that line of opportunity is miles long. So I mean, if he's good, I guess bring him in. But we need to get rid of some midfielders first before we do that, in my opinion.
Fair enough. Chris.
Yeah, no clue who he is. None whatsoever.
I figured nobody would know.
Yeah,
I was hoping nobody would even look it up. But yeah,
but if he's a DM, I don't know how much I believe the rumor so much, because if we with us extending the loan for Souček, if we do stay up, he automatically becomes a West Ham player full time. Like we pay the fee. It said that if we get relegated, he'll go back to his parent club. So if we stay up, we're going to have a defensive mid duo of Suchek and Rice. So I don't know why we would be splashing 17 million on a defensive mid when we're kind of covered in that area.
I guess I don't know. It depends on who's making these fucking decisions, right? Is it Moyes? Is it Barney? Is it GSB? Is it Mickey Mouse? Who makes these decisions? When it comes down to transfers, really, and what are they thinking? Do they have a plan? I mean, maybe they do. Maybe they feel that we might be changing formation, might need that extra mid, or maybe they look at the current players we have and say, you know what? Noble's not getting any younger. Maybe we might need to shift, what's his fucking name? Declan Rice into maybe a different position.
Yeah.
Maybe drop him back sometimes.
They have said that Moyes is trying to I've seen reports of Moyes wanting to kind of model after the Red Bull Leipzig model.
Yeah. So
bringing nothing but young players and building them up. So I don't know how old this guy is. So
I don't think he's young. I don't think he's that young.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. How much?
25.
He's 25.
So right on
Okay.
the
25.
That's young enough, I guess. I wish I was 25 again. Mark.
You're shooting under 26, under 27.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm glad I got to go last because I've just been looking up who the fuck this guy is,
Good. Well, I appreciate that.
Thankfully someone did.
which is how I knew he's 25. Wikipedia says that he plays for the Ivory Coast national team, so that's cool.
Okay, that's good. I love that national team, actually.
Yeah, me too. Always like them. Really because of Drogba, but anyway.
Well, they've always had a great squad. Always.
Yeah.
Interesting players.
And great
Always.
kits.
Yeah, fire.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm reading this scouting report on him, and it's saying that he's an undervalued player, box to box. He can really carry and distribute the ball. So I mean, listen, I don't know shit about this guy. I don't know the difference between him or like any other schmuck walking down the street.
Okay.
But I mean, what I'm reading sounds like it's okay. I don't know how much this guy's going to cost. But I mean, it sounds like he would be an upgrade from whoever we got. So
I read one time Jack Wilshere was okay.
Yeah, Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
yeah, but this guy doesn't have the same injury background. At least I haven't read it yet.
It depends on who you talk to as well, because Mark Noble
Let's not dive too
might
deep.
have legs or not. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. So for the umpteenth time, we're linked with Batshuayi again.
Jesus
All
Christ.
right. So just go around and call bullshit, or do we need it, or whatever? We'll go Mark and go clockwise again.
Yeah, I'm so sick of reading about this fucking guy.
Seriously.
It's listen.
Like, what has he done? Like, seriously. Like,
It's-
he's been everywhere. I mean, he's been to fucking Crystal Palace too, right? And he's played what for Chelsea?
Dude's
and
like
we're
the
back.
ultimate
What
journeyman.
the fuck has he done though?
He just hangs around for some reason. He's
brings a lot of people.
I haven't read a single article about any connection with him and West Ham because it's so irrelevant.
We're in pole position, is what the articles I was reading before I went live here. And it was actually like these articles are from today's, fucking Daily Mail, Yahoo, UK, and fucking whatever the fuck.
Well,
So, well, yeah, the Sun probably. I mean, it says that we're in the lead for the race for him. But again, we've been in the lead in the race for him many a time.
yeah, I mean, I don't get. First of all, the fact that there is any kind of race is shocking. And just, I guess I
A race with this goon.
I guess I shouldn't be so shocked that West Ham would be in the lead of a race with no one else in it. But
I think that's the case.
so
We're running unopposed and we'll still mess it up.
yeah.
That's the thing. You know what? The more you say that, like that, looking back at these articles earlier today, I really don't think I saw any other teams in the chase. I think it was all about us.
Yeah, it's
So no shit. All right, that
It
makes
always
sense.
is.
It's all just a bunch of made up shit, and
Well,
West Ham are the only jackasses that are just like, oh fuck, we got to get this guy.
But like Coach Easy says here, Batshuayi has rejected us flat out. Like,
Yeah, he's put
spoken
a
about it.
statement out on Twitter saying
No thanks.
saying that he
Yeah.
didn't want to play. So what I've loved about over us constantly being linked with him, it's slowly increasing in value on how much we're wanting to pay. I think we're willing to pay £40 million for him. Right?
Yeah, well, that's what they want anyway. That's what that's what the price tag is. And
So, I just love how it just slowly keeps going up.
fucking guy. Anyway, you're right, Lucas.
I'm so goddamn tired of this rumor.
I know. That's why I decided to bring it up tonight. I figured you could laugh.
He hasn't literally done shit. Well, he couldn't do it on loan in Germany. He couldn't do it at fucking Crystal Palace. I don't know what he offers to the table, to be honest with you.
Seriously, anybody in the chat room, please feel free to talk along with us instead of amongst yourselves. Please help contribute to the conversation. This is important. Is there anything that you have seen? Anybody? Tom, Foshizi, Neil, Kieran, John, Nolan, Rebecca. Anybody? Have you seen anything from this Batshuayi batshit crazy mother from?
Really, really quickly, when we're talking about him being a journeyman, you type in Michy Batshuayi on Google and it says suggested. Where is Michy Batshuayi now?
I mean, it's just insane. This
And you guys called it, by the way. It is the Sun saying we're in the lead.
No, the Sun. Okay, yeah.
and they're saying 40 million. I'd rather spend 40 million on production for Curry Hour.
There you go. Yeah, now we're talking.
I'd rather spend 40 million on like a time machine to make Mark Noble younger.
There you go.
Yes.
That might be a better investment.
Yeah, definitely. Costia, what do you think about this? Bitchy Batshuayi?
So I think that if there's a idea to it or like anything positive I can think about is you're trying to mimic the Haller-Jovic partnership from Frankfurt that was so successful. And Jovic is not for sale is what I'm reading. And if he was for sale, Arsenal and AC Milan are circling around him. So we probably wouldn't have a shot if those two clubs are in for him. So Batshuayi is a quick player, but his goal record is just abysmal. 1-16 last year, 5-11 for Palace, which isn't awful, but I thought he played more games for Palace. 7-10 with Dortmund isn't bad, but the fewness of the games tells me that he's either injured that year, and this is the last 4 years. He only played 20 games in 16-17. Yeah. He's not playing 30, 40 games like he should be. And so I'm thinking that based on his comments on social media and stuff like that and his attitude, it seems to me like he might have a little bit of the Arnie's about him. And exactly. I only want good attitudes on the team. And you know, maybe one time you say something stupid, but I think it's happened multiple times with him. And I think that's probably why he's available. I know Chelsea are signing Timo Werner, so they have to kick out their worst striker. And we moved to the Olympic Stadium. It's not next level to sign Chelsea's fifth striker. I'm sorry. Go give a kid in France a chance. Go give whoever scored the most goals in the championship a chance. Don't sign Chelsea's fifth guy who's been at Palace and didn't do it at Palace. That's not good enough for us. Yeah. But I can see where the idea might come from. But I'm hoping it's just agent talk. Like I hope it's just, you know, he wants to go, so let's do the usual West Ham link to stir up some interest. Please, I hope it's that.
But also, like, I got Foshizi and you got Tom here praising him, right? So, and Tom says, play him in the right system, he'll score goals. What system is that you're talking about? Like, what do you mean?
Not a moist system.
He hasn't been able to find himself at Chelsea. He hasn't been able to find himself at Palace. And then, and obviously, West Ham is like the place you go to totally get fucking lost, right? Everybody who we signed get fucking lost.
Under Moyes, he scored 0 goals. Absolutely.
No, I mean, I love Tom and all, but please, Tom, explain yourself here. I don't understand what system that would be in. Now, Charlie Boy says sign Watkins. Yeah, totally. You guys heard of Ollie Watkins, Brentford?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that guy's got something about him. Same thing with that other guy that
Yeah.
we're linked with, but ain't gonna happen. That Easy E guy from fucking QPR.
I would love to get that guy, but
Love to
Eze.
get, but that ain't
Eze.
happening.
Yeah,
come
yeah.
here.
Ollie Watkins is another one. What do we got here? All right. Suchek does sign the loan extension. We kind of touched on that already. We pretty much implied it. And it's been all over the fucking news today that he did sign the extension just till the remainder of this current season. And obviously, we stay up and we have the obligation to sign him, which would be fantastic. Which leads me into the next topic, which is actually, so fuck the Suchek thing because he's great and let's keep him. That's fantastic. Charlie Nicholas, I don't know if you guys have heard of him. Some Scottish dude, fucking played many a season in the SPL and also, the first division. He's a Sky Sports pundit. Does that Soccer Saturday with Jeff Stelling, whatever it's called on Sky Sports. He actually calls that West Ham is going to stay up, and he believes that Brighton, Norwich, and Villa will actually end up falling down because of the game at hand, and basically. It just so happens that Aston Villa's game at hand, which is the first game that they play, is against Sheffield United, which is not going to be an easy match. And that will totally set the tone for their relegation battle. So that's why he believes Villa will, be one of the ones that go down. He also says that Norwich is just so far out of it that they're fucked because of the goal difference and everything else. And then Brighton, they love to pass the ball beautifully, and they were calling for no neutral sites, even though they're going to end up playing a couple of neutral sites. And their passing game might go out the window and, because they don't have their home atmosphere, et cetera, et cetera. So anyway, you guys firmly believe that West Ham has got it. We got the schedule looking in our way and we got the players healthy and so on. It looks like we could stay up or are going to stay up versus it says here, Brighton, Norwich, Villa. Most people are saying going down. If not, then who do you think is going down, et cetera? We'll go. Which way are we going now? Costia.
Yeah. I think we're going to stay up by the skin of our teeth. I think Moyes instills like not a super exciting style of football, but a possession-based style of football, where our players not having that fan pressure on them. I think players like Anderson are going to shine. I think Susek was just starting to get his rhythm. And to be honest with you, I think that when we struggle and when we look like we might get relegated, it's typically in the last decade or so, it's typically injury related. There's always like 2 or 3 key guys that seem to be out for stretches at a time, whether it's Andy Carroll, whether it's Antonio. So I think we're going to finish 15th or 16th, something like that. I do like the fixture list. I think it's to our advantage. I definitely obviously think Norwich is going down. I think Bournemouth is going down, and I don't really know how to pick between Villa and Watford. I think they both have a couple exciting players that can make a big difference. So I think I'm going to go Watford. I'm going to pick Villa to go down because I think Watford has a slightly better schedule than them. But I think we won't catch Southampton. The difference in points there is 7, and I think that's too much. I think we could pass Brighton and maybe finish 15th, but we're going to stay where we are, and we'll be in the Premier League next season, and we really have to shuffle things and make a lot of changes over the summer.
Lucas.
So I would be lying if I said I wasn't. What's the word I'm looking for?
Nervous?
Yeah, nervous or cautious about us staying up. But I'm actually confident we stay up just because. Right before all this shit went down, I thought we were turning a corner.
Yeah,
and going into some good form, but I don't know. It's hard to see us go down when you look at Villa's rest of their schedule. Bournemouth is playing absolutely terrible, and they have some quality players on their team, in my opinion. And basically, it's a toss up between Villa and Watford. So I also agree with Costia. I think it's going to be Norwich, Bournemouth, and then I'm probably going to go. I'll go Watford.
Yeah, we pulled up the schedules a couple episodes ago. I think it was last Monday, I think, and looking at the different strength of schedules of the bottom 6. And honestly, God, Bournemouth had that fucking most horrible schedule out of the 6, first and foremost. Norwich actually plays like 4 teams that are in the bottom 6. So they have their, they could get out of it if the the playing field's level, right?
Yeah.
And their balls against the wall, like they got to do something to get out. I mean, if they actually showed some fight, because they have a great manager, they really do.
Yeah,
it's a shame. They don't have the squad.
It's a shame their goal differential is so high because I respect the hell out of Norwich because they don't ever sit back and let people take advantage of them. I love the fact that they just go balls out every game. They don't care if they give up 4 goals.
Yeah.
I love that.
They no matter who they played, if it was Liverpool or fucking City or anybody, they'd fucking open the field. They would play them. They would try. They would fight. They just don't have the talent. I love a great escape. I really do, and I really wish that Norwich would find their way out of it. I really do. If anyone was to do it, I would love to see Norwich do it this season. Just because if I feel that their manager is a great manager, and if he actually had another season to build his squad in the Premier League with Premier League money, they do okay. Good for them. But I hate Bournemouth. I've said it a million times, and this is my mini rant of the evening. I'll say it again. Tiny, dinky little club. You know what I'm saying? And they have a dinky little stadium that belongs in League 2, and there should be Premier League minimum standards. There should be a minimum of 25,000 seats. Period. There should be. If you don't have the stadium to support your club in a Premier League situation, then you shouldn't be in the fucking Premier League, period. Blackpool never should have been in there either, years back. But anyway, I picked, before the season started, I picked Norwich, Brighton, and Bournemouth, just because I hate Bournemouth. And Brighton is another, one of those dinky clubs. And that's that. Norwich, they just sucked. So anyway, but now it looks like it's going to be, I say Villa, Brighton, and Bournemouth. I think I'm putting... I told Ray the other night, Ray Force, I said, listen, man, put a $5 on Norwich getting out of this shit. Just do it. And if you win, you can keep the money. You know what I mean? But anyway, it ain't going to happen. But Chris, what's your prediction for us? What's your prediction for the bottom 3?
So for me, I like Lucas, I'm still somewhat cautious because you never really know exactly how this goes. I mean, this has been the season from hell even before COVID. So what it comes down to for me is I personally think Norwich is almost a guarantee to go down. I think Bournemouth will go down as well. And that just means that we have to be better than one other club. And we are definitely better, at least on paper, than at least one of those clubs. And what I think it could end up coming down to is if we don't start off well, our last match of the season is against Villa. And in all reality, it could come to a winner-takes-all final game of the season between us and Villa. So I think we stay up. I don't know if it's comfortable or if it's just by the skin of our teeth, but I do think we stay up.
You know what sucks most about that is that if it did come down to us and them, and it's a fucking home match, and there's not going to be a single fucking fan there to push us over the edge.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Which could be good or bad.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but that's just fucking it sucks. Mark. So us and then the bottom 3.
I think we're staying up. I'm not that concerned about it, mainly because the way this team was playing, I know it's been a long time, and there's so much fucking negativity right now in this chat going on. I don't think people really remember.
Seriously.
But they looked really goddamn good. Did they? Did I dream? Were they not looking great? I mean, I thought that this team was going to be like a holy shit type of team, and they might even string together a couple wins in a row and do something cool. But so I feel like we're in a good spot, and I don't think we're going to get relegated. I'm really not too worried about it. If I had to guess, it'd be Norwich, Watford, and I hope it's not Villa because a good friend of mine is a diehard Villa fan, but I do think that they're going down. So yeah, I mean that's where I am with it.
So I think Tom is just fucking with me tonight. I think he's literally commenting the most obscene shit that so I can pull it up and sit on it for about an hour and then discuss it. Like, so he says, listen to this, guys. This is great. I think people are forgetting that our players have had 2 months off. We're rusty as hell and we will suck.
I mean, you got to remember.
What about everybody else?
Yeah,
You didn't watch the training videos from the official site. I watched all 11 minutes of that shit, and I was inspired by the camera angles, and I know we're ready for action. What are you talking about? They've been working their butts off. Can't you tell? Moyes is yelling. I can't understand half of what he's saying. God forbid I'm like a French player who's like trying to learn English. Of course they're going to be ready.
I'll give them this. I don't know any other team that one of the first pieces of news when we come back to training, we got 3 players injured. Like what?
We have contract issues.
Yeah, we've been sitting around for 2 months doing nothing. How are you hurt?
And Carlos Sanchez is one of the first guys at training. For one of the first guys they show us in training, in the training videos, was fucking Carlos Sanchez. I was like, oh shit. But did you see Wilshire's thighs? Did you not see this? We are fucking ready to go.
We're ready to punch someone in the mouth.
What'll be incredibly interesting is, I mean, this is going to be the first time where it seems like almost every club is on like a level playing field. Having
Exactly.
2 months off, no fans whatsoever. It's going to really actually be interesting to see how everything plays out.
One of the things that really drew me to West Ham was just like the blind loyalty that the fan base has to this team. And I can relate to that being a Philadelphia fan, a Philadelphia sports fan. It doesn't matter what they do. I love them to death. I want to fucking blow my brains out every week. But and just like seeing all this negativity is really bringing me down, man. I can't even look at the chat anymore. I got to look away.
I think it's so funny.
On tokens, no. That's just because second glance at another man's thighs doesn't mean cheating.
You get lost in those things.
Dude, they're massive. Seriously, go back and check out the most recent video on YouTube. I swear to God, they're fucking massive. I wish I had
arms. Be a reaction to Wilshire's thighs video.
Oh God. Anyway, so I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. I think we're going to stay up, obviously. I don't think it's going to come down to the last game. I think that, like we've all discussed, it's going to be a level playing field for everybody. Even Liverpool, dude, they're just as rusty as we are. I mean, even though we don't play them, I'm just saying in general, because they're obviously playing other teams, and some of those teams are playing us, etc. Blah, 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 blah. Everybody's been rusty. Everybody's just getting back, except Moyes has been kind of being innovative in a way. And, having the team do a little scrimmage in uniform, in full kit at the fucking London Stadium. How awesome was that? Nobody else was doing that. City, United, and all that other shit. And he's really been, it looks like, and from what I've read and on wherever, everywhere, that, trainings are looking good, man. So, of course, that's with everybody. So it all comes down to, has Moyes, the manager that puts these team sheets out, the one that actually has the system in place, how we're going to play these different teams, is he going to put us in the best spot? It's all up to Moyes. It's not up to anybody else. I mean, the players, they got to be hungry, dude. They've been not playing. We've been dying to see them play, but they've been dying to get out there and play. This is their livelihood. So
I will say, though, I'm glad that in the lead up to our first match back, we are having friendlies against QPR and I think Crystal Palace. So we're also getting some friendly game in against actually a Premier League opponent. So it should have us ready to go.
Would love to see. I would love to see if Hugo gets a hat trick.
Wouldn't that be the best?
He's back. He's part of the group that's back.
I don't know. I'm just kidding.
Okay,
I'm just bullshitting right now. So I'm going to pull up some Hammers polls. It looks like Tony Pearson's in the chat room, and I think at least one of those polls is his. So I love having Tony in the chat. This one, however, is not. So this is from Green Street Hammers and Dean. Dean S. Chandler, I guess. Would you start Snodgrass against Wolves? We'll start with Mark and go down the totem pole here.
I'm a huge Snodgrass fan. I love him. Even though his pace is just like shit. I mean the crosses that he can play, the corners that he plays, I feel like he's, I don't want to necessarily say playmaker, but like kind of is a playmaker. So I like him. I would start him. Also, like, who the fuck else are we going to play?
Gotcha. All right. Chris?
Same with me. More for the reason being of every time he's out on that pitch, he gives 110%. He's one of the only players that – and so right now, when we're in this kind of fight, when we're in this unique situation, we need players like that leading the team on game day.
Lucas?
Would I start him? No, but if he played, would I be confident that he'd get the job done? Yeah.
Yeah.
Personally,
I mean, agree with that.
I feel like in the first game back, and I said this the other day with Noble, I would like to see Noble play just because it's the first game back. We don't know what's going to happen, and I feel like he could somehow keep the team together through a weird time or just a weird game in general coming back. I feel the same with Snodgrass. I mean, I said again the other day, like, potential can get you places, but sometimes hard work just gets the job done at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So.
It's funny how there's a few people in the chat room earlier that said Wolves scares them the most out of the next three matches between Spurs or Chelsea out of those. And I kind of agree with that. They're one that well, shit, I mean, we could beat Spurs, dude.
I'm not fucking scared of Chelsea.
We beat Chelsea too. So Wolves is always tricky.
I keep thinking about that.
But here's the thing that. Yes. How do I put it? What's the club looking at? Is the club looking at, okay, well, we need our leader, Marc Noble. We need him healthy and fit and ready for Chelsea or Spurs and Chelsea. Those are the big matches, the London derbies that we need him for. So we're going to rest him for Wolves. Are they going to pull one of those? Or you think they're going to play Mr. Legs Gone for fucking 3 matches in a row?
It's so important because I feel like if say we get a win against Wolves, we are more than in the driver's seat to stay up.
Yeah.
So.
The thing about the Wolves is they play so quick, and we don't. That's not exactly our strength.
And their midfield is class.
So we need either people to rough them up, right? We need like a Snodgrass out there. We need tough players out there, experienced players to know how to deal with something like that. These quick, fast, really just athletic clubs. You know what I mean? So if that's the case, then does that mean? I mean, yeah, there is room for Snodgrass to play, right? That would sound like it. So I guess it all depends on what the club is looking at, what the manager is looking at for Spurs and Chelsea, because these games are going to come thick and fast. Costia, you are shaking your head.
Yeah, no, man. I think Snodgrass is a great option off the bench, but I don't think he belongs in the starting lineup, especially like we just said that Wolves are a quick team. We are kind of a slow team. Cresswell's not particularly fast. I know Fredericks is fast, but I don't even want him to start. I'd rather Ben Johnson
exactly.
start. Rice and Susek are super slow. Fornals has technical ability, but he's not that fast. And Holler's obviously not super quick because he's a big guy. So our only real speed is Anderson and Antonio on the wings. So when you put Snodgrass in the starting lineup, you're giving up so much speed. And I think he's a great guy to bring on at halftime because Moyes and him communicate really well. He's almost like a vice captain. But no, he's not a starter.
Yeah.
One thing I want to go back.
Second. Just give me 1 second because I got to comment to this. I don't want to keep pulling his comments up and leaving them here forever. Because it's Tom again. He says Chelsea are fourth, saying you're not worried about them. I just can't understand how you can overlook them. We beat them this season. Okay, cool. Next. Chris, what are you saying?
Well, first of all, I'm going to go back on mine. I will retract and I will say no for more of a reason being of I've actually had forgotten about Bowen. I'd rather him in that kind of position. And I think John might have said it in the chat. but we have 5 subs now.
Yeah.
So we're more. Snodgrass would be a fantastic sub coming on if need be. So,
and we did address the other show that you have 5 subs, but they still have to be in intervals of 3. You just can't you just can't be the last 10 minutes and you do 5 subs to take up 10 minutes.
Oh,
So you can't make 1 sub at a time, basically.
No, it has to be in intervals of 3.
that's dude. What?
Yeah,
But if
It's
it's
weird.
5, it can only be 1 interval of 3, or is my math that bad?
No, you're right. It's just it's really fucking weird. So, there's a lot of American levels of soccer that actually, I say soccer because it's American I'm talking about here, that actually have you have 3 subs or 5 subs at half, and you can only do 3 at a time, no more than 3 at one time type of deal, and then they can't come back. The person who is sub can't come back in until the second half and shit like that. Again, we knew that once this whole project restart was going to happen, there was going to be something fucked up. And I know I'm not saying that that's what's happening. I'm saying that this whole 5 sub rule is fucking pointless.
yeah. I'm not a
Bottom
fan,
line.
but I am curious how it's going to go down.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Who knows? It would be kind of funny if they actually kept it.
I was going to say I'll be interested to see if it.
No way.
Try
Please, God, no.
No, it breaks the tradition of the sport too much. But again, so does VAR. So you never know.
Yeah, I can't wait for that too. That's the one
Oh,
thing
I-
we really haven't discussed much in any of our shows, is the whole VAR thing. But let's just say, what was the overall consensus? Yes or no for Snodgrass? We say
No.
no, but at least play him. So let's just all say no. Fuck it. 56% out of 124 votes. Not that many, but there's 6 days left. So there's 6 days left on this. So people in the chat room, head on over to Hammers Polls on Twitter and vote away, and give your opinion. And also feel free to leave comments on the hate comments on there too about fuck Snotty and blah blah. You guys, go ahead and do that because Next one's from good not long time, but a frequenter of our chat room, Sofian. Do you think Jeremy Ngakia not playing the rest of the season could impact our league position? Just a simple yes or no. We've already discussed how we feel about him. So let's start with Costia and go up.
I'm going to say no just because Ben Johnson's healthy, and I'm still excited about that kid. I know we haven't seen him in a while, but the last time I saw him, he looked really promising. And Fredericks is enough to finish out the season, even though I want to see Johnson.
How do you forget about Zabaleta? Everybody forgets about Zabaleta.
Zabaleta is 49 years old. He can't.
I know. But listen. But we need Zabaleta as our number 2 because they just announced a couple days ago or whenever it was that Ryan Fredericks has a new position with the club. Since it's illegal to have ball boys, we need someone fast to chase the balls. So they elected that Ryan Fredericks will be the official ball boy of West Ham at the home matches.
Up, man.
Lucas.
Will it impact our league position? I'll say no, just because I think the depth we have right now will, with 9 games left, it will barely push us over the finish line, but I'm confident it will do it. And Ben Johnson's well and good, but we don't know how he's going to play after his injury. I mean, I hope he's well, but I'm going to go no.
Okay. Chris.
I'm going to say no as well. I think Ben Johnson is more than capable. Fredericks is, as much the best description I can give is tolerable, but
Admirable is what you're thinking.
Yeah. But apparently the club actually rate Ben Johnson more than Ngakia. They see him higher in the pecking order. So that's saying something, I guess. But so I don't really think his absence will impact our league position too much.
Yeah. Mark.
Fuck no, fuck him.
There you go. Boom. Fuck no, fuck him. And I would have to say the same. Listen, I love the guy. The guy was a great player. You know what I mean? And if he doesn't want to play with us, then go to hell. That's that. Wrap it up. So we all say no. And I really don't think it's going to affect. Yeah, so 83%. Out of 145 votes. Once again, there's a day left on this voting. So head on over to Twitter.
Is Masuaku fit?
Yeah, he technically could. I mean, as well. Yes, he is fit. I saw him actually dribble the ball in one of the most recent West Ham videos and immediately he fell to the ground, which was great to see. Where's the next one?
But you wouldn't put
All right, here we go.
Masuaku at right back.
Huh?
I say you weren't suggesting Masuaku can play at right back in an injury situation, were you?
No, over Zabaleta, absolutely. Not over Ben Johnson, no.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
I
I agree.
agree with you on that.
Yeah, people were saying Fredericks for some weird reason. I don't know why you would put Fredericks above in front of Masuaku.
I would rather put Cresswell at right fullback in an emergency and let Masuaku play the position he barely knows how to play. Like don't confuse him even more and put him on the other side. Like that's not gonna work
I
out.
know. And same thing. I guess someone else mistook me when I said Zabaleta to begin with. I said Zabaleta as a number 2, not starter. But because again, remember people, we need a ball boy. And that's Ryan Fredericks. There'll be nobody better than him. So QPR has reportedly secured agreements. We've already discussed this. We're playing it friendly with them. Okay, great. So does Hugel start for QPR in the friendly? Marc, we'll go down.
Sure, that'd be fun.
He's banged a lot of goals for him. Is he healthy? I don't know. But if he's healthy, then he's
think
definitely scored a lot of goals from this season.
Yeah,
so he should
I think he is. I think he is healthy. I think. Are they going to play these games on TV?
I doubt it.
I don't know. The friendlies, I doubt it.
Well, he'll probably have a YouTube montage from West Ham.
I think maybe like they did with the cups and stuff like that they didn't televise. I think they might do an audio stream, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think it would be cool. We'll start.
It would be good. It would be good. Chris.
Yeah. I mean, he's been one of their better strikers this season. So if he's healthy and they're restarting their season as well, I think it'd be kind of stupid for them not to play him to get him ready.
Lucas.
Yes, and he will score a hat trick against us.
Probably.
Yeah. Costia.
I guess he'll play since it's not like because it's a friendly. He can play against his parent club, so that's not an issue. He didn't play last game, but I guess he was out hurt. I guess it. I don't know this question. I'm not a Jordan Hugel guy. I'm not like, oh, I can't wait to see him play and see how he does. I just think we need to
talk for a few
hours. Trade him for Eze or however you say that guy's name.
I'll talk your ear off about Jordan Hugel.
We will save that for the next time Charlie Walsh is on the show. Yeah,
we're Team Big George. We could talk about him for hours.
90. Wow. Yeah. Shit. 85 votes. Only 8% say no. I don't understand why they would say no unless they have some information on it. Yep. Anyway.
What I was talking about. Yep.
Put a $20 million price tag on Easy guy. We've been linked with him. Thoughts? Pay it. Offer Hugel in cash.
Yes, that's exactly it.
We won't offer anything, or he'll go elsewhere. I think we've already said it, but let's quickly go through this again. Marc.
Yeah, I just think he's going to go elsewhere.
Gotcha. Chris.
Same.
Yeah. Lucas.
Let's fucking trade Lanzini for him.
There you go. Now you're talking.
I'm not getting rid of Big George.
There you go. I say give him Fredericks because Fredericks is the championship level player here.
Yeah, but he'll only be worth like 4 or 5.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah.
Lanzini still has some sort of value.
Oh God, Costia.
I said it before. I'll say it again. Offer Hugel in cash. Hugel is a championship level striker. He's done well with them. They've had a good time with him. It's perfect for David Sullivan. It's like a coupon. It's like, here, Hugel gives me 30-40% off or however much it is. It makes sense for the budget, makes sense for us, makes sense for QPR. Offer Hugel in cash.
I don't like the way you said that. You sound like Frank Isola on Around the Horn today. I didn't like that.
Okay. I'll take
I,
that.
um,
At least it's
That
not.
sounded too convincing. I don't like that.
I'll be the tiebreaker here, and I'll say he'll go elsewhere because that's what I said earlier. He'll definitely go elsewhere regardless. I don't think even if we offered Hugo Lanzini and fucking Felipe Anderson, I don't think we'd get this dude.
Nobody wants to fucking
anyway.
come here. I mean, what the fuck?
But shit,
Yeah,
offered
baby.
Hugo and Cash is the number one answer. Holy shit! Wow, and that's from our boy Tony Pearson, who's in the
Bunch
chat
of
room right now.
weapons.
Good question, dude. I guess this is one of the last questions. So, yeah, Gillingham manager Steve Evans has told the Glasgow Evening Times that West Ham boss David Moyes is a big admirer of a young 20-year-old centre back Jack Tucker. Is he worth a punt with his value at only £1.5 million? Let's start with Costia and go up.
Man, again, you're not giving me enough time here. I'm trying to look up.
Yeah.
Hold on. You know what I'm looking up.
No. I'll start with Mark. That's fine. Mark.
Okay, thanks.
Don't care. All right, next.
Yeah, you know what? He's 20 years old and he's 1.5 million. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Right? Yeah, Chris.
Yeah, I don't know who he is, but I mean, it seems like with Fabian Balbuena on the chopping block and potentially Winston Reed leaving for good, I mean, we're going to need some coverage, so it's worth a shot.
Lucas.
I feel like you're asking the club too much. You're pulling their arm to buy a center back for 1.5. Would I do it? Yes. But who knows what the fuck this club's going to do.
Costia, is that enough time for you?
Yes, it is enough time. So here's what I was looking up because I almost went to see Gillingham play West Ham in the FA Cup when I was in England, but the game fell too late and I flew home before the game. But Moyes actually saw him play in person. He started that game, which we won 2-0, but we didn't look great. And so that might have been the start of his interest. And for 1.5 mil, anybody's worth 1.5 mil. Like, I have no idea. It's a punt. Is it worth it? Absolutely. Go ahead, give it a shot. Like, it can't
Seriously,
hurt.
what's the worst that's going to happen? Yeah.
It's nothing, you know.
Yeah. All right. I think that was it for the shit tonight. Yeah, that's it. That's it for all that stuff. So anyway, there's a few closing notes I need to make. It's 8:58 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, please, AmericanHammers.net. You can find some cool merch. You can also buy some DC Iron stuff in there. You can also buy some Philly Hammer stuff in there, which is really cool. And as a matter of fact, I've seen a couple of flags out there that looked really nice too. I'd love to see those flying at the games if we can ever get back to going to matches again. So what else is there? Yeah, there's a couple of shows coming up. For those of you just joining halfway through and later, I did mention that we do have Ray Force on tomorrow night with his Hammer the Point PowerPoint show. I don't know what the PowerPoint's going to be, but should be interesting.
Curry.
And then we have, Curry, please fucking help. So Wednesday is Hammer Shots. Hammer Shots with it's me versus Lee. So tune in for that one. That should be good.
Oh,
That's
man.
8 p.m. Eastern time. And then there's no Wednesday night show. Thursday, we got Hammered Out with the ladies. And on Friday, I'm trying to get Allie to do another show. That would be awesome. And then who knows what happens over the weekend. But yeah, guess what? Stay tuned. Make sure you like and subscribe. Please like the videos. That'd be nice. You just click the little like button, once you get out of live chat if you're watching this during the show. If not, then just, whatever. Anyway, if you're on Facebook, Periscope, or Twitch, hop on over to YouTube and please click the subscribe button. It helps us out. And just so you guys know, on Periscope or Twitch, we're going to be soon going away from that and shrinking back down to just YouTube eventually, and with some secret videos and nice stuff, like some really cool shit for Patreon eventually. But yeah. Oh, and since John Nolan's in the chat right now, now that football's back, we're going to discuss over the next few days bringing Friday Night Lights back for a mini tournament.
Nice.
During the remainder of this little season, the remainder of this season, and then take another hiatus. And then once the next season comes, and we'll do a full season 2. So I guess this will be season 1.5. But yeah, stay tuned for that. I'm going to try to talk to him soon about that. But anybody else, listen, thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Mark. I hope you had a good time. And thank you, Chris, and thank you, Lucas, and thank you, Costia. I hope you guys had a great evening. And everybody in the chat room, thank you so much. I will talk to you all off the air real quick.
Great.
and then we'll go.
Loved it. Shout out Wally World. John
DC
Nolan.
Irons, shout out.